Okay, third video on YouTube that I'm making. And it is going to be about the Hunter Exams arc. In my opinion, I think it was a really good arc. I don't know why people like to trash this arc so much. I don't think it was as bad as what people thought it was because, you know, when you're reading the very first arc of a story, it's not always going to be the best. But with Hunter x Hunter, it's giving you so much information about being a hunter and what it means to be a hunter is that the gore and the darkness of it, it's just like people aren't even seeing it. Like people were dying from left to right. And they were letting you know from the start, like, this shit is not no fucking joke. Like, I would look at Hunter as like a realistic world, but we just don't have that type of power. Like, we don't have Nin or, all that different type of shit, which they didn't reveal in the first arc yet, but we all know that's what's going to happen. Like I told you guys before in the last video, if you watched it, I watched the anime version, but I never read the manga version. And to be honest, I like the manga version more than I like the anime version when it comes to the first arc. First arc was beautiful. I don't care what anybody says, to be honest. I'm about to say, I'm going to give my thoughts about the main characters and the side characters, and then, the exams and all that stuff. So the first character I really want to talk about is obviously the main character, Gon. Gon is obviously this 12-year-old boy that wants to find his dad. And in order to do that, he has to prove to his aunt that he can catch this big ass fish in order to find his dad and to apply for the hunter exams. So once he does it, his aunt, of course, she's worried. She doesn't want him to be like Jing, but at the end of the day, this is what this kid's future and fate is going to be. He wants to know who his dad is. Don't take that away from him. And she didn't, which is good for her. She didn't want to, but she did. She knew that this is what Gon wanted to do. So can't really get mad at him. So other than that, Gon has proven to many people that this guy has a bright future ahead of him. He doesn't have the fighting experience, obviously. He's been in a forest. All he does is hunt. He just hunts and hunts and hunts. And, he was friends with this big fish. And something else that I like about this is that they showed Kite at the beginning. They showed Kite at the very beginning. That's something that they didn't do in the anime version, which I don't know why. I feel like you got to add those details. That's why we'll get to Kite a little bit more in the future, but I'm gonna just say something real quick. They should have put him in the anime in the beginning of the episode. 1999 version, I know they did that. I didn't watch the 1999 version. I might check it out. I don't know. But Madhouse Studios, y'all definitely should have did that. Yeah, I'm going to call y'all out. But yeah, he finds two other people when he gets onto this boat, Lorio and Kurapika. And obviously the guy that's, riding the ship, he's like, yeah, these guys are qualified. So they're asking him, and obviously Gon wants to find his dad. Kurapika wants to kill the Phantom Troop, the people that took his eyes from the clan, the Kurta clan. And I can't fault him for not wanting to say anything at first, but, it is what it is. And Lorio, he wasn't really trying to tell anybody, but, at the end of the day, Lorio, he's a soft dude at the end of the day. So he's going to be like, yeah, the reason why I'm doing this is because I want money to help people that are sick and that can't afford it. And you know what? This is what I wish the world would do. But obviously everything, it's virtual currency. You need money to do everything. You need money to drink a bottle of damn water. Are you kidding me? I still can't get over that shit. You need at least $2 for a bottle of water. 75% of our body is water. And you making us buy water for $2. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Buying water is crazy to me. But I'm not going to get into too much of a tangent about that. So then, let me get on to Kurapika. Because I like Kurapika. Kurapika is interesting because you don't see much, but you do. It leaves that mystery to a character where you want to know more about their backstory. And when he was telling the story, you can feel his emotion. You could feel his pain. He holds it in so well for people to really not know. But he's very stoic. He's a very stoic character. And then you got the opposite. You got Lorio. Lorio is this loudmouth guy. You know, he kind of irritates me. He does irritate me, but he's very passionate at the same time. And I can't really fault him for him being that passionate. But someone like me, if I was in there, I'd be like, geez, man, you are annoying, dog. Like, are you coming with this or not? Are you bitching or are you not bitching? Like, come on, dog. I began to like Lorio a little bit more, but he was really annoying in this first arc. But I respect his bravery and I respect his also stoicism because, you know, he can respect someone that is good-hearted. He doesn't play with the bullshit, which none of them really do. And that's what I like about them most. And then you got Killua. Killua, that man, obviously he's a killer. He's an assassin. He's 12 years old, just as the same age as Gon. And we got the introduction of him on, what chapter was it? I know it was episode 4. No, it was episode 4 in the anime, but I'm pretty sure it might have been chapter 7 for his debut. Him and Hisoka, which Hisoka is basically a main character too. We can get into that later. But Killua was drinking this poison drink from, I forget the dude's name. I can't believe I forget his name. Now I got to pause real quick and find out the rookie. I'm going to just call him the Rookie Crusher because he's really not that relevant to the story. But he plays a good role for this first arc, and he proves a lot about the teamwork and what needs to be done. And I can respect that. A lot of people don't like him. They find him annoying. But you know what? Every character you're not going to like. Every character, you know, this was an okay character. He was doing what, you know, any side character would do, and that's bother the main protagonist of the story. And he really bothered Leorio mostly because he probably sees more of Leorio in him than any of the other ones. And I can't fault him for that. I can't fault him for that at all. But let me get back to Killua. Killua obviously didn't find the Hunter exam that really, you know, entertaining. He didn't really find it a challenge. He just got back from just stabbing his mom and shit like that. Like, he stabbed his mom and his brother. What type of shit is this? What type of family shit is this? Oh, man. Can't wait to get into the next arc. It's a short one. I'm going to make a video about that soon, too. But my man Hisoka. Hisoka basically was the star of this arc. We all know how strong he is. He was just killing motherfuckers left to right. His very first introduction was him chopping off someone's arms. This is what I love about the manga. They don't hold nothing back. For a shonen manga like Hunter x Hunter, it kind of surprised me how much gore I saw. Because it was like, damn, you can see his arms cut off. You could see him chopping heads off. This dude was just killing everybody. He was going off. And basically the motherfucker gets hard. He gets hard off of strong-ass motherfuckers. So he sees the other wow, I can't even talk. He sees the other protagonists as valuable opponents in the future. So he's like, I'm going to save them. I'm going to make sure that they're cool until the future when I want to fight them and when they get stronger and shit like that. So props to him for doing that. And they made it well known that this character is someone that you'll definitely see in the future. He's a force to be reckoned with. Like you can't not just ignore him. He's there. He was doing more than what the main protagonist was doing. And the thing that I like about Hunter x Hunter is that Gon is not an overpowered ass kid from the very start. Like he's weak as hell, if we're just being honest. This kid is weak, but he's strong. He has so much potential. His mental ability of knowing situations around him and having that nature instinct and that animal instinct at the same time. He's Jing's son. Like, come on. So can't wait to see more. I hope we see him in the future. I really do. But like I said, just keep it to the Hunter exams for right now. So, and then some bonus characters. I think it was Hanzo, the bald guy. He's a pretty interesting character because he's a ninja and he's also an assassin just like Killua. But, we don't see much of him. But the motherfucker did have me dying. When Killua threw the badge and he tried to catch it and he realized it wasn't his badge, this nigga was salty as fuck. I started dying. Like, I was literally cracking up reading this shit because, like, he was so hurt. Like, this is probably one of the funniest ninja assassin motherfuckers that you'll see in manga or some shit like that. Other than, Naruto and all that shit. But, like, the way they portray him is pretty interesting. He's still that dude though. Like he can still fight, he can kill, he's a monster, and you didn't even see his potential yet. You didn't see any of it yet. Like he fought Gon and he tried to make Gon quit, but obviously Gon's just not gonna quit. He came too far just to be like, yeah, I'm done. Like, come on now. And when you start to see how Gon is influencing these people because his drive and his focus on trying to find his dad is so far ahead of everybody else's dreams. It's like you can't help but just respect it. This dude's obviously focused on one thing, and that's finding his dad. The Hunter exams was just something that was just in the way. He had to get that shit done first. Now he has it done. He's like, all right, it's time to find my dad. Like, let's go. And as you see, he's gaining other people to follow him because that spark, that light that he shines, it's so bright. People are just astonished from it. They can't help but just like this kid or respect him. I mean, what 12-year-old would do that in that world? Like, he was a rookie. He's 12, and he passed on the first try. He didn't even have to go back next year, none of that. No, even though he was getting his ass beat by Hanzo, he was still not giving up. And he was just like, I don't care. I'm going to find my dad. You're not going to stop me. You're basically in the way of finding my dad. I'm going to get this Hunter exam. Now, is he a little bit stubborn? Is he a little bit naive? Yeah, he's a little bit naive and stubborn. He's a kid. Who isn't naive and stubborn when they're a kid? I was naive and stubborn when I was a kid. So, like, come on. But, yeah. And obviously, there's one more character that needs to get out of the way, too. How can you not mention him? Because he's also a force to be reckoned with. And that's Illumi, Killua's brother. Now, Illumi, I don't think he was actually expecting Killua to be at the Hunter exam, but that was better for him. So, he's obviously manipulating Killua to be like, you're not a hunter, you're a killer. You're a killer. You're an assassin. That's what you are, and that's what you will be for the rest of your life. Me and Dad put that into you because this is what you're going to be doing in the future. You are the leader of this clan after this. So he's building him up to make sure he becomes that next top assassin. And everybody knows Killua doesn't want to do that. You could see he has darkness in him still. He still has a little bit of envy. You could even tell that he's jealous of going a little bit. But he wants to be around that light because that's something that he never had to experience, and that's be a kid. He wants to be a kid with another kid named Gon because he just sees so much potential in him, and he sees so much high value in him that you know what he can just respect that. Like he wants to be friends with him. Let him be friends with him, Illumi. God damn, dog. But you know, Illumi manipulated him and had him kill the one guy, the old guy that also was in the final 9 of the exams. And with that, you had I don't want to mix up people's names because I'm live. I'm live, but everybody passed except for the dude that died in Killua. So Killua was going back to his home, and that's where the next arc is going to take place. Everybody got their license, and you know what? The thing that I like about Hunter x Hunter is about the Hunter license. First of all, they don't show no empathy for people that die. They just let you know right away, like, yeah, this shit is real. You signed up for this. We are not responsible for your death because these are the top of the top people in the world that are trying to get this position. Only 9 made it out, and there was literally 400 at first. So we seen a bunch of motherfuckers just die. We seen motherfuckers just fail. All of that. Excuse me. And the chairman, Netero, obviously Netero is the strongest. He's the chairman for a reason. But the chairman, he's so nonchalant and he's just like, yeah, I don't care. I mean, you could kill me right now and you're still a hunter. You can't get your hunter license revoked. I like that. I would be a hunter if it was real life. Like I would love to do that shit. I don't know. I would probably get killed. Probably first. They ran for 4 hours the first phase, and then they got lost the second phase when it was all gloomy. Killua trying to tell Gon, stay with me. Hisoka killing everybody just to get rid of people. Third phase, they over here making food. That's not as bad. Fourth phase, they over here living on an island for about 6 days, hunting people's tags and stuff like that. Gon did slip up because when he met Hisoka got hard. He got a hard on for that motherfucker. Hisoka was like, "Oh my god, who is this kid? Like, who is this kid? This kid has so much potential." He was making people pass, and he not even the hunter. He don't even have his hunter license. But we all know he has Nen. So I mean, he's not even using it yet because they didn't introduce it yet in the manga. But we saw how that went down. So I'm all over the place because it was live. Maybe next time I'll just have like a notebook or something, like a notebook or a storyboard, or I won't do this live as much as I will. I'm only doing this live because I don't have everything set up yet, and I'm keep saying that until everything is set up. But everything is gonna get set up in the future, so I don't care what y'all think. So, if I want to give this a rating, I would give it a solid 6 out of 10 because even though there was a lot of killing, even though there was a lot of detailed information that we, are going to see in the future, the foreshadowing and et cetera, blah, 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 it was still kind of slow for it all to just be 40 chapters, in my opinion. I think it was still slow, but I was still very entertained reading this manga, the first arc of that too. So I'll give it a solid 6 out of 10, maybe even a 7. I don't want to say I'm biased when it comes to Hunter x Hunter because the story is really good, and there wasn't really a point where I was just like, dog, like this chapter was trash. Like, nah, like I read that shit. I looked at the art. The art was good. All of it. All of it was good. But this wasn't the best art that we're gonna come approach to. So I mean, why would I give it a 10 out of 10? That would be dick riding, right? So, you know, 6 out of 10. I think it was a good art. Not a great art, but a good art. And I can't wait to read the next one, which will be Retrieving Killua. It's a short arc. I might give a review about that, or I might just put it into the Heavens Arena. So that is most likely it for this video. I think we got pretty much everything important down and stuff like that. I could talk to you about all the other details about that, but about the Hunter exams arc. But maybe in the future, when I have everything, all detailed, note orientated, all of that stuff, and I can just edit my videos how the way I want to, I can get back onto this. But this is like literally after I just finished the arc. I just finished the Hunter exams arc. So yeah, I'm very interested. I can't wait to see the next one. I know what's going to happen, obviously, but with the manga, there's always different bits and pieces than the anime, which I like. It's different, and it keeps you more entertained. Like I said, I didn't expect to see Kite the very first chapter of Hunter x Hunter, so that makes me like Kite a little bit more because we see that he has a connection with Jing and he has a connection with Gon at the same time. So, whew, I'm going to end this right here. I hope you guys like this video. This is the third video I've made so far. I should have an interview coming up soon. It's going to be with a good friend of mine that he wrote I think he wrote 3 or 4 books. I could upload the video today, or I might upload it tomorrow. I'll get to the bottom of that. But it's going to be pretty interesting. It's not going to be about manga this time, though. It's going to be more about, more about him, his book, the way we both see life, and it's going to be a pretty well discussion. So I hope you guys come to see that video. Other than that, that's it for me, and I'll see you guys later. So, peace out!